Hey, good morning. Welcome to another week of move sessions. Happy International Women's Day or Women's Day? I don't know, whatever. Happy Women's Day to you all. I was sitting here just a few minutes ago reflecting on all the amazing women that I am lucky to have in my life. Feeling very fortunate, very abundant, very rich. I was trying to make a photo collage of some of the women in my life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have too many women to do that. Like, I mean, there's just so many. I have you guys, I have my 3 sisters, my mom, my daughter, I have my friend Kathy, who is like my other spouse, my female spouse. I have a man spouse and a female spouse. All the women and most amazing women I work with, people that I work for. Oh my gosh, it's just like plentiful. Okay, let's get started. Okay, you guys. So, you know what? Let's just start with your twists. I'm gonna fix this. Still figuring out my setup here. I almost bailed on you guys this morning, I'm not gonna lie, because it is so, hang on, let's just start that over again here. The other angle was better. Okay, let's just start that over again. All right. Okay, starting with twists, loosen up the back, loosen up the spine, loosen up the hips. Trying to release any tension that you're feeling in your kind of your spine, your waist. It's gonna be a slow moving one today. It is so stinking hot here, like I can't even tell you guys. Was I complaining about cold a week ago? Oh my. It felt like 38 degrees here yesterday. For those of you who are Celsius people, so I think it was 31 or 32, and it's just been building for the last few days. And then yesterday, the whole sky, like, you know, those summer stretches, we get these at home in Ontario, where the humidity and the heat builds up, and then it just like lets loose. So we got this crazy storm last night. It was relentless, rained and poured until, I don't know, for hours. Like, people were joking online, oh, it's Florida, wait 10 minutes, it'll be over. Oh no, it was hours and hours long. But it's the first rain that we've had since we got here, but it's supposed to do that for the next few nights because it's so humid. The air is so thick. I almost bailed on you guys because I was just like, oh, I can't go out there today. Anyways, here I am, gonna do what I can. It actually isn't too bad yet, but it's interesting that about half an hour ago it was quite pleasant-ish, and then now all of a sudden it's really hot. So I should have kept these to 8 a.m. but my goal was to run first. Today's my day. I'm taking kind of a day off from running. My little guy's sick, he's not feeling well, so that sucks. Usually we head out in the morning, but I didn't want to get him up this morning, so decided today's gonna be like a low-key day. Anyways, how are you? I saw that at home we got 10 centimeters of snow as I'm carrying on about the heat and humidity. So I'm sorry. Betty, when do you fly out? You must fly out soon. My boys fly out tomorrow, hopefully. Like, it's always kind of like a, you know, crapshoot until you get those negative tests, and I don't know, until they're seated on the plane and on their way, my nerves are gonna be off. But and then the trick is to get them home safely next week. So anyways, I'm exercising the rule, don't worry about things that aren't here to worry about yet, right? Like, don't worry about things that I did a coaching call last night, and we talked about all the stuff that consumes our thoughts all day long that has no relevance to reality at all, right? Like, all the things that we stress and worry about we beat ourselves up about, we berate ourselves about, that isn't true. And like the weightlessness you feel when you can release all the stuff that consumes your mind that is irrelevant for one, untrue for another. Anyway, so as we get going, I've just started to increase the intensity a little bit. If you are new, just starting, coming back from an injury, coming back from an illness, remember to modify anything you need to. If you're adjusting to a 30-degree change in weather, adjust anything that you need to. Adjust the move itself anytime you need to. If you have bad knees, you can't do something. If you have a bad shoulder, you can't do something. If you need to adjust the intensity or the effort level, anything you need to adjust. Your goal is just to show up and put in the time, put in the commitment to yourself. That's the goal, right? And that's what I had to tell myself this morning, because I was not feeling it. I don't know how with you guys, I know that in heat and humidity, I feel like a slug. And I think I have a touch of whatever my son has. It's this feeling, and then maybe a little too much sun the last few days. It's like, I don't want to work out today. But I thought, no, I'm gonna go and see how I feel. Modify anything I need to. Change the effort level. I'll always offer you options, because maybe you're feeling amazing and you want to go hard. So we're working on legs today. You can increase the intensity by adding heavier weights, of course. You can lower the intensity by not using weights. And you can change, like I said, the move altogether if it's something that's not working for you right now because of where you're at today. And the goal, so I'm reading this book called, I think it's called Super Attractor by Gabby Bernstein. And it's about the law of attraction, and it's about the energy that we live our lives in. And it's about that energy being truly what attracts or repels what we want to us or away from us, right? Is our energy. I actually read a quote recently from Bob Proctor who's pertaining to wealth. I always like to talk about money when it comes to attraction of things, because it's, I think, a little easier to understand than health and weight loss. Like, what does the law of attraction have to do with health and weight loss? Because health and weight loss isn't like a tangible thing. And anyways, Bob Proctor said, you cannot attract abundance. You cannot attract abundance into a vibration that you're not in. So for example, if you're in a poverty vibration, a lack energy, you can't ever attract into your energy something that's from a different energy. So one of the ways he explains this is you can't listen to an FM radio station when you're on the AM frequency, right? Because it is all about frequencies. When you're in, if you think about those days, you get out of bed, you stub your toe, then you spill your coffee, then, you know, you realize you have no gas, you have to stop at the gas station. Then you hit every red light. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where everything compounds and just seems like one thing leads to another, to another, to another. That's because you're in that vibration. Similarly, if you are feeling amazing, right? Like you're in the best mood. I explained to my coaching group, your ideal high vibration, what that feels like is, picture your happy place. Where are you most at peace, most free feeling, right? So one of the ladies on my call, she loves to ski, absolutely loves to ski. She took it up late in life, but her happy place is when she's at a ski resort. She's on ski vacation, she's on the hill. So when you're coming down that slope, are you thinking about all the things in your life that you're not happy with? No. You're like, man, life couldn't be better. So for me, it's exactly where I'm at right now. It's Disney. When I did my first run here about a week ago, what is today? Tuesday. No, it was, I want to say Thursday morning, when I ran from my off-property hotel to on-property. Kathy knows exactly where I'm talking about. I could not stop smiling. I just smiled that whole run. Like, my face hurt by the end. That is your high vibration. That, what Gabby Bernstein talks about, what Bob Proctor teaches, what anybody who teaches law of attraction is like, your goal is to be in that energy as much as you possibly can. The people who are so good at it, like Rhonda Byrne, who wrote The Secret, Bob Proctor, they are in that energy all the time. They say, I don't get angry, I don't get upset, I don't get hurt, because they understand how to not let external things that don't have anything to really do with them impact their internal subconscious thoughts. So my hair is all over the place. How is everybody doing? Woo. So our little loop here, let me show you guys. It's my little loop, our cabins. This is where we're staying right now. This is mine. And these were all empty yesterday, and I was like, oh, thank goodness, because nobody will be watching me do my move session this morning. And inevitably, everybody rolled in yesterday, and now there's lots of people here. Okay, so we are going to do legs today, of course. You're gonna need the 19th, buddy. Oh, towards the end of when I'm here. We're gonna do step-ups, squats. Oh my God, I'm so hot. Sorry, guys. You always want what you don't have, right? Like, what would I do right now for that cold of my garage? Just to like, all right. So we're gonna start with step ups. We're doing 45-second intervals today. Your step ups, you can use a weight or not use a weight. I am not going to use a weight for this first round. All right, are we ready to go? So I thought everybody left this morning, but apparently they didn't, so they're gonna get a show. All right, let's go. Okay, so we're gonna alternate feet. We're stepping up. And you can hold a weight or not hold a weight. You can hold 2 weights. Whatever you feel is your cup of tea. You can use a smaller step than I'm using. You could, I guess, use a bigger one if you wanted. I think the 90-degree angle is probably about perfect. So, okay, back to law of attraction. So that energy, when you're like happy, how often do we almost feel like that's, like Gabby talks about this in the beginning of the book, so many of us feel like when you're feeling like that, it's wrong. Like almost like, no, I'm not supposed to feel like this. And we look for things to bring us down, kind of thing. Or we are like waiting for something to go wrong. Or we feel guilty. I mean, I kind of felt like that. And really, that feeling is how you feel when you've released all of the things that are not in alignment with you, what you want, what makes you happy, what brings you joy. So, in essence, we are consumed often, largely, in our minds with all of the things, or a lot of the things that are not in alignment. When you have those moments where we feel like blissfully weightless is kind of how I describe it. Okay, we're going to go to lunges next. It's this feeling of weightlessness because all you have in your head is things in alignment with you, not in alignment with you, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go this way. And that's the goal. But many of us never achieve that, right? And then the few unicorns on this planet achieve it almost exclusively. They learn how to not let things, A, that are outside of their control, or B, that are irrelevant, because how much of the things that we think about all day long, that we consume our thoughts on, aren't things that have happened yet, and are things that possibly might not even happen. And yet, we give those things so very much of our energy. Okay, we're going to plank now. Oh. So I'll give you an example. Like this morning, it's kind of feeling, it's feeling run down. Just not great. I think part of it is I'm fighting off whatever Dixon has, this little cold, this little summer cold. Part of it's probably just adjusting to the heat. I've been trying to do a lot of running while I'm here, and you know, I'm not complaining, but it is an adjustment. Anyway, thinking about the workout and thinking, oh, that's going to be awful. I should not do it today. Well, I'm telling myself, I'm creating the circumstances in my mind of what that workout's going to look like. When I haven't done it yet, I don't know what it's going to look like, right? Woo! And we do that a lot, right? Like, I think I talked last week about the power of assumption, which is a universal law, right? So how much we use the power of assumption against ourselves. So again, like, oh, I'm tired, I'm sore, I'm whatever I am. Maybe I shouldn't do XYZ today, right? Maybe I should take today off, right? Heather rolled her ankle yesterday. I don't think she's watching, but Heather rolled her ankle. You start to project forward, like how you're feeling in the moment. You project forward onto events in the future. And it causes you to change your behaviors. Oh, there's a little turkey walking by. Can't show, he just went behind the car. We do have wildlife here. I saw 4 or 5 deer yesterday. There's turkeys wandering around all over the place. Okay, here we go into round 2. We're doing three rounds. I wanted to show you guys the turkey. Oh, there he is. See him? All right. Procrastination here. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Oh, he's coming my way. He wants to join the move sesh. Work his legs. His legs are pretty skinny. So anyway, so what these people do is they learn not to let things that are basically fabrications or the misuse of the law, like the use of the law against you instead of for you. If you're going to assume a happening in the future, because they all say, all these teachers of this concept all teach, well, you actually can't control your thoughts. You can really only control your response to your thoughts, your acceptance of a thought. Sorry. Yesterday, I think it was 32, feels like 38. Did I tell you guys that already? That's the humidity that it is right now. It's insane. It's like the middle of August. If you're going to assume, because you will, you want to catch those thoughts and say, hey, I'm assuming this workout's going to suck. I'm assuming this run's going to suck. Why am I assuming that? I have no proof. I'm basing that on past experience, whatever. So I'm basing my future on my past. How about saying, either neutralizing that thought, like sometimes I like to neutralize it and just think, hey, I don't know what this is going to feel like today. Why don't I give it a go, give it a shot, and adjust if I need to. But here I am. And my runs the last few days, it's been like, well, for example, yesterday I had planned a longer run. I wanted to do 16 to 20K yesterday. My morning got away from me. I didn't get out as early as I'd hoped. And so I went out, and yesterday was kind of it just has been building every day. It was even hotter than the last couple of days. I'm not used to it. And so it was probably the worst run I've had since I've been down here. And I thought, no, I'm just gonna modify today. I'm just gonna do a shorter one. Well, instead I let myself off the hook, and I slowed to a crawl. Sometimes I swear I felt like I was going backwards. I grabbed my towel. I walked when I needed to, when I had to, and I ended up, and I picked away at it. So I didn't tell myself I'm going to do 16 to 20K. I just said, I'm going to do a loop. And then I'm going to do another loop with Dixon. And then I'll see. And as I finished my second loop, I said, no, I'm going to do another loop. So I ended up with almost 17K. I felt really sick afterwards. By the way, I'm planking in case you can't see me down here. Make sure everything's locked up in your plank. You're squeezing those shoulder blades, chest is up, pulling that belly button in, squeezing those quads, those glutes, locking the knees. Wow, that felt like a really long one. Okay, that's round 2. Anyways, the point is, this book, I'm excited to kind of delve into more as she says that she's going to be sharing tools, because my goal is to be able to be one of those people that doesn't respond and react to things. I'm a long way from that, because I definitely respond and react to things. I actually have a really good test coming up in about a week. Somebody in my life who, we all have that person, right, that just pushes your buttons, right? Like they just bring out the side of you that you don't like. Do you guys have somebody in your life like that? Maybe not. Maybe you don't have a side to you that you don't like. She is a person in my life who, we are like oil and water. She's in my life whether I want her to be or not at the moment, and I have to have a meeting with her, and my goal is to go in every single time I go into a meeting with her, or I go into not a meeting, but a conversation. Every time I connect with her, she pushes my buttons and I react, and I immediately I go, why didn't you just pause? Right? Do you guys have people in your life like that? Okay. Anyway, my goal is to go into that meeting and practice the skill of pausing, listening. The funny thing is, this person, I've tried that tactic before with her, and she pushes until I explode. So it's like they know that is their goal. That is their whole goal, right? And she gets me to say things that I shouldn't say, and that you mean, but they don't need to be said, kind of thing. Anyway, wish me luck. That's going to be my challenge. So I'm going to have to read this book and study up the art of keeping my mouth shut and going, okay, I'm going to need some time to think about that. I'm not sure how to respond to that. Interesting. Why? Questions. Questions is a great way to deal with situations that are causing you to ask questions. My daughter and I had a conversation recently. She was having some challenges with somebody in her life, and she actually, interestingly, is just graduating, finishing this next month, her degree in social psychology. So she has the tools. So she says, I'm going to use some of the things that I learned in school to try to contend with this situation. Anyways, so it went okay, apparently, this situation. Anyway, what was my point? My point is that my long roundabout point is to learn how to pause, ask questions, perhaps. I think what I do, anyways, I don't know about other people, when you start to react to things, it's because you're taking it personally. So say somebody has a different point of view than you. Well, you're like, well, so they think differently than me, so they're disagreeing with me. And then you kind of almost make it personal, like it's about you, instead of saying, tell me more about why you think that. Tell me more about why you feel that way. Let me understand why you think. Because their thoughts and their opinions, they have nothing to do with what you think whatsoever. Because they're looking at it through their eyes, right? And so I guess understanding, taking the personal out of it, I don't know. I'm just babbling at this point. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh, breathing through it. This is the third of 3 rounds, and we're going to switch it up. Oh, dang, that felt long. All right, going to give it a minute rest, and then we're going on to our next round. Oh my gosh. How's everybody doing? How's everybody at home? I heard you guys got snow last night or yesterday, 10 centimeters-ish. Heather sent me a picture. I was like, I'm so sorry. It's raining like the universe is angry here. I'll show you guys while we're resting all the rain that we got. Can kind of see back here. Can you see that? It was just relentless. See that? Torture. I'm in the swamp right now. I'm at Fort Wilderness Campground is where I'm at. It's actually not swampy at all. All right, so we're going to step ups. We're gonna do side step ups. Not sure, you guys probably have stairs. Okay, what we'll do is we'll switch halfway through. Put this, okay. Again, you can use a weight or not use a weight. I'm not opting not to today. Okay, ready? So we're gonna do one side, like this, and then about halfway through, we're gonna switch sides. So you can turn around, I'll just go to the other side of my step. I'm not sure if you have an overstep or if you're using stairs in your house. It's funny, I had to wash all my workout stuff yesterday. So going to the other leg now. And my mom did the wash for me. And she forgot to put soap in. I forgot to give her the soap. She forgot to put the soap in. So we make quite a pair. So basically all my workout clothes got rinsed. Which sounds pretty gross because it's pretty hot. Okay, so we're gonna do sumo squats next. You can use a weight again or not use a weight. So toes are pointed out. Knees are driving back. with a pulse. Okay, so the knees are out as wide as you can. You almost like a plie squat. You don't want your knees sagging in. So if you need to, oh my gosh, cute little birdie. If you need to angle your toes in a bit more, you want to angle your toes out as wide as you can without your knees like sort of caving into the center. And then we're going to do our side lunges. Good old side lunges. And what we're going to do is alternate sides. So we're going to go one side, the other. And again, if the side lunges are something that your knees aren't happy with, you can just do side squats. If side squats are not a happy place for your knees, you can just do regular squats. And if those are difficult, you could do step ups, or you could even just do toe taps on the step, where you just stand there and you toe tap. So lots of different options to modify to your level where you're at. So again, let's go back to what we were talking about with mindset and thoughts that take up real estate in your head that don't contribute to where you want to be. Okay, so we're going to do three different core exercises. This one, we're going to start with bicycles. And you probably can't see me, but we're doing bicycles. Fully extending that leg. I'm counting, but I kind of lost count. I'm gonna say we probably did about 40, 50. Trying to get a 100 core in our, which I would say we did by the time we do the next two. So let's say you're doing your workout today and you're like, it's a bad one, right? And you're like, oh man, like I usually would lift more weight, or I would usually like be able to do this better, or usually I would be able to, right? And are any of those thoughts serving your purpose? Are any of them taking you to where you want to go? If they're not, they're useless. They're not doing anything for you. Let them go, release them, right? And that's the goal. It's like every time you have a thought, oh, I'm so mad at myself. I had chips last night and I said I wouldn't. Is that serving you at all? No, it's not. You cannot go back, but you can make a different choice tonight from an energy of, hey, because it's that energy, right, that drives you to make the same poor choice again, right? So if you did bad yesterday, right, or this morning, and you're beating yourself up for it, that's what causes you to do bad again. You got to release that. You got to let it go. You got to forgive yourself, release it, move forward, make a different choice. When you make a different choice, what happens? You want to make that choice again because you're proud of yourself. Okay, we're going to start on this side this time. So that's how important that energy is, because the cycle comes from our thoughts. So I skipped my workout yesterday. I'm making this stuff up. This is not my actual truth. I did complete almost 17K, which was my goal, and I stretched, and I did my dailies. My core, my squats, my plank, added some push-ups. Whew, I forgot to do the other side, you guys. That's why we have to start on the other side, because I wasn't watching. What we should have done is just done one side, the other side, and then Anybody who used to come to my classes knows. I'm not very good at counting. Your future depends on the energy of your thoughts, not so much your actions from the past. Actions from your past will very easily influence your thoughts about your future. And then that's what creates your results, right? I didn't understand this. A couple years ago, I was like, that's so dumb, because my actions are measurable, right? My actions are tangible. My thoughts are not. So, and I'm a tangible, you know, mathematical mind. So I'm like, if it's not, you know, tangible and measurable, then it's woo-woo. It's wishy-washy. It doesn't count for anything other than, it's like icing. It's like icing, it doesn't matter. Well, of course icing matters. Icing is the best part. Some would say the most important part. I actually prefer the cake. I don't like the icing. Are you the top of the muffin or the bottom of the muffin type of person? I'm actually the bottom. Okay, this is round 2 of 3. I think I'm about to get noticed for the first, so I've gotten almost all the way through. Nope, they're going the other way. Other than the turkey, nobody's caught me. So, the goal is catch the thought, right? Identify, no, that thought doesn't serve me. That thought is not getting me to where I want to go. Okay, we're going to do flutter kicks. I lied, we're going to do Russian twists. Okay, you can add a weight to your Russian twists. You can lift your feet up, but the one thing that you want to make sure is that your boobs are out. Your chest is out. So that you're in a V sit formation, not a C sit. You don't want to be rounded, you want to be straight. That's the hardest part about these. And then you're twisting from your midsection, from your core, keeping your chest forward, rotating. This is also really great to loosen up that spine. Oh, one more round. Oh my goodness. So ask yourself how much of your thoughts, or maybe you take note as you know, be sort of mindful as you go through the day, how many thoughts enter your mind that you're like, well, that doesn't serve me, well, that's not productive, well, that's not helpful, I'm fat, oh, I shouldn't have done that, oh, I should have made a better choice, oh, I should have ate less, oh, I hate the way that looks on me. Like, I do a lot of that, and I'm trying to catch myself and say, nope, that's how I look, that's who I am, that's me, like, for better or for worse, that's not defined by that. I'm not defined by my body. I'm not defined by how I look. It's nice to look nice, right? Like, it's nice to look good, but that doesn't define who you are. That doesn't make you a valid, meaningful person, you know, a person of worth or not, based on like what you look like. Heather says she loves where I am. I'm in the back country. I'm in the wild. Now, what do they call it here? The wilderness. I'll tell you, I felt really bad for the people in tents yesterday, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, those poor people. Missed it again. Zoned out there for a second. good to zone out. It's good to shut the mind off. My mind almost never shuts off, only when I'm sleeping. And honestly, last night I had the craziest dreams. Since we're done with it. I had two crazy dreams. My first dream was really good. We're getting COVID tested today, just to make sure, just to be vigilant about. I don't think I've had COVID. I don't think it's COVID, but I thought peace of mind. It'd be nice to know that we don't have it. And if we do have it, well, the benefit if we do have it is we don't have to worry about testing before we come home. So it's kind of, see, I can spin it good no matter what. But anyways, in my dream, we both tested negative. We did not have COVID, we're fine. And I was like so happy because if we do have COVID, the concern is my other boys who are coming tomorrow night, if they were to get it, they can't fly home. So anyway, it's kind of a, and then also you don't want to pass it on to other people. Mostly in my family, like down here, it's very different. I looked up like what are the protocols if I test positive. Honestly, if you're vaccinated, you're supposed to kind of like at home, isolate to some degree for 5 days. Like try to stay away from people. Which our symptoms would have started yesterday, day before. So really, it's just, my main concern really, we're not going anywhere for the next few days. We are just around here. You can see we're in like a little cottage. We check into another hotel on Friday. Okay, now we're gonna do Flutter Kicks. And I have a conference. So kind of not worried about that because I'll be isolated in my room. So like I said, my only concern really is my family getting it and driving home, and my sons that are flying. Oh goodness, these are adding up really quickly. Anyways, my dream was that we were negative. I was so happy. Then I had this other dream. It was one of those nights where the dreams were so vivid and so real, like I thought it was real. Somebody stole my truck. Like I was parked somewhere. Ooh. Oh, there's the bell. I was parked somewhere. I don't remember where I was in my dream. I went into the place, I came out, and my truck was gone. And my truck had all our stuff in it. And I basically was like, no! like one of those like dramatic movie moments. I was like, no! And it was so real. Like I almost got up out of the bed to check that my truck was out front, which of course it was. And I didn't get up because I knew that it was a dream. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you for once again keeping me honest and keeping me on track. And we did it. I did it. You did it. Good job. See you tomorrow, 8:30, probably for another sweat fest on my end. I don't know what you got on your end, but congratulations. High fives. See you tomorrow.